Stop that bus. As good as Spencer the Grand, because we have another character come back, which is of Birdie the Bus. In 2 seasons before this episode, it was only his name has been mentioned, but he hasn't been speaking. Now he gets a speaking role. Yay! And it's also kind of similar to Thomas and Scarloi's Big Day Out. Speaking of the narrow gauge engines, I can't wait for them in season 16. And I wonder what it would be like if Scarloi went to Misty Island. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Stuck on You. Before I review this episode, I'm gonna give you the biggest moment of Thomas the Tank Engine. You, Thomas the Tank Engine, and your friends are going to flip over what I'm about to say. Butch talks. You might be thinking that Butch doesn't have a voice, but he does. And now is your chance to see what his voice sounds like. And even better, you'll get to see what he looks like in CGI. Awesome. And also, it's just one thing. The two characters, Rosie and Captain, appear in this. Well, that's actually kind of good. But the bad thing about it is that they spoke less than 20 words. I mean, Rosie, in the season 13 episode Splish Splash Splosh, she spoke a lot of words. But now it got down to 15 words. That's not even 20. Wow. Same thing. Captain isn't really the same thing because he just really he barely speaks. He's says 3 or 4 words, then he's done speaking for the episode. Kinda disappointing. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10 once again. Big Bell. Come on, guys! Why didn't you like this episode? It's really good. Until it got to the part where Belle rang her bell so loudly it frightened the passengers. And Belle looks a little bit like Arthur, only she's blue and female. And her having a bell suits her good because that's her name. It was good. It was just good. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Wonky Whistle. This episode was so bad that I don't even have to review it. It's a 0 out of 10. Percy the Snowman. It was a pretty good episode. Although the thing that makes it pretty bad is Percy having too much episodes to himself that are snow related, such as Thomas and Percy's Mountain Adventure, A Scarf for Percy, Percy's New Whistle, etc. This has got to stop it. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Tree Trouble. It was a pretty good episode, but one thing made the episode horrible, and it is Thomas backing up and running over his tree. What an idiot. He could have just blown his whistle to stop Gordon, instead of just trying to back up so that Gordon wouldn't run into him and bump into Diesel. What if he was carrying a special passenger? The passenger could have been dead. 1 out of 10. Fiery Flynn. It was a pretty good episode. now we got in. First we got introduced to Den and Dart. Now we got introduced to Pax and Norm. But there's just one thing I don't like about it. We got introduced to Pax and Norm, but we didn't get introduced to Sid. I mean, did they just make was Hit trying to play a joke on children and make Sid be Diesel? Come on. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Season 15 was not bad. Most of the episodes were horrible, but the rest was just good. It was a pretty good season. I don't really like the CGI seasons that much, but this would probably be the one of the only other CGI season that I like other than season 12. So it is not so bad. All the other CGI seasons aren't good. They're just bad.